Hello everyone and welcome to CWC Season 7 F2 Round 13 for the Singapore GP. I am PepsFreak212 ROP Yuki. You can call me whatever you like, but we're here again on a Monday night, 8 o'clock BST, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. There we go. A little rusty. Been busy with some other things this week, doing some other things, getting ready for my own league races. So, gonna have to get that all right. But we're here for another good race here in Singapore, which should be a great showing here today. So we'll take a quick look over at the standings real fast. We had a graphic I put on screen, but sadly this is a one-man operation right now. No graphics per se. Right now, Kenobi still leads the way at 154 points, but some news has come down the pipeline that he will have to slide over to reserve. So, Maddie, it's open season at the top with Maddie at 146, Smitty at 128, Lesson Twig at 119, and Kai's F1 at 116. Top 5 have a big cushion to the next one, which is Exelic at 72. Sensei Echo is not going to be here this week as well, so he is going to be down to 7th, and then 8th is Scanny, Jay Leakey at 64, and Scanny at 52. So top 5 are kind of a bit of a breakaway here, looking to get to the top standings here and possibly win this championship. Looking at the constructors, McLaren still leading the way, 274 points, almost have a 100-point cushion over Williams at 179, and Mercedes at 168, with Alpine at also 168, so a tie for 3rd. So that will take care of those standings right now. We are still almost ready to go here. Smitty has readied up, but we are waiting just a couple seconds probably to get some last few pieces in here. But I will let you know, as we're about to start here, that there will be a minute of silence for Frank Williams, who, if you did not hear, the former team principal and owner of Williams passed away, sadly, over the weekend. And we will hold 1 minute of silence from basically when we load in. It will be a minute of silence, no cars will be on track, and then we'll be ready to start qualifying. So it'll be a 1 minute pause once we get out of the load screens. So that will take care of that, and possibly a Williams car may go around, but that one has not been determined yet. I know for F1 they will do that. So we will be ready to start in about 10 seconds here. So last little things here, I think we will be good to go. Singapore's already a tricky track, because I think someone has left, so we may actually have to hold off a second here. So hold on a minute. Pump the brakes as we are waiting. Yeah, so I guess we gotta wait here a few seconds, so I guess I'll take a quick look around here. At the stream, no, there's a broadcast, so on and so forth. So yeah, we are now just gonna wait this out here and make this happen. So yeah, also F1 did, from what I heard from the pipeline, F1 does have some new graphics possibly coming, so it would be good to see. I know our F1 compadres are currently streaming at the same time as us, so watch ours and then quickly go over the watch theirs. Maybe double watch. Put it in 2 screens. Technology is advanced where you can have 2 tabs open at once, so put both streams on 2 links and watch them both enjoyably. Fear by Gaming has rejoined. I think we are still waiting for Luca and Jess to join. So I think we are almost ready to go here. And we'll be ready to go, I guess. Just kind of waiting it out here. Not much else to say. Singapore, I guess I could simply talk about Singapore, yeah. Singapore track that's one of the longest races on the calendar, so get some popcorn pop. There is a chance there could be some rain in the forecast. Singapore is known for its wet weather. So we are going after this week. We do have a couple more wet tracks, including Japan right after. So we are a little bit of the Asian swing here for F1, you could say, on the Asian part of the calendar. China, though, will be, I think, the one of the last race of the season, though, so not every Asian race will be used here today. We got 3 out of 10 readied up. We are still kind of waiting it out. Some drivers getting some last-minute adjustments here. And we should be good to go here. 31 laps. All cars are equal. Short qualifying. I guess I'll quickly just show over, because this screen here, I want to say, is pretty cool in the sense that it does show, like, when you load your avatar in, it will show the person there. And it's cool if you had a full 20-car field, but the one downside is that it does show the other F1 drivers as well, like Perez, Sainz, and Ocon. So it would be kind of cool as a graphic, per se, to show you who's here and who's not here. But then you look at AlphaTauri with none of the drivers, no Clausen and no Sensei Echo here today. It's just Gasly and Tsunoda, both of them aren't going to be here. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool, but it needs some tweaking. And also, it'd be pretty cool to kind of just leave it on a wait screen here. So yeah, we're still waiting for one person to join. I think they are painting something, their helmets, because like I did say at the top of the broadcast, there will be a 1 minute tutorial, 1 minute memorial, a minute of silence, if you will, for Frank Williams. We're still waiting on one more person to join. Looking at some of the memes they're throwing in the chats here. Yeah. Usually, again, stall something, but since I'm a one-man commentary act, I can't, I don't think you want to hear my stand-up or my singing career, so... Oh, someone is joining now, so we are about ready to go. We'll be ready to go in about maybe 30 seconds. There we go. She has joined. So we are good, and I think that should be starting time right now. Just let her select her car. Yep, I think we're good to go here. And yep, they have selected the Alfa Romeo, and we are good. So we got 20 seconds, and that will be that. Take it to the last minute, checks in the chats, make sure nothing else I'm missing, no other random shenanigans. I think we're all good here today. Kai's F1 looking for his third win in a row. Can someone at the top stop him? We got some good names up here. Reds also, the runner-up last season, looking to get a good finish here today. So now, we will, I guess, take the the minute of silence here, and we will come back once the clock says 17 minutes on the time. So we will take a minute of silence here for Frank Williams to honor the man in question. So we will join you relatively shortly. All right, and thank you for joining us for that moment of silence. We are now ready to begin qualifying here, as I assume the drivers will be taken to the track relatively shortly. We got 11 cars here today, some strong drivers in this field. Again, we see the first driver going out there. Actually, is going to be the Alpine of Reds. I think it's actually Reds, if I'm not mistaken. I think one Alpine went out. I think the other one may have been a Williams. So it is actually going to be the Williams of Leslie the Twig. Going to go out first here. Got that 2 races off. Looking to get a good start here today and a good finish. Going to represent his team well here. Going to take the outlap here at first. So he is here and ready to show up. Surprisingly, Exelic wasn't the first driver out. She usually seems the first driver that heads out during qualifying. But sadly, she will not be the first or even the second, as Reds will be the second here today. So we will ride aboard, I guess, with Les here. We'll kind of cut around the track here. It looks dry. I don't see any conditions that rain. It does look a little smoky, but that's just usually Singapore for you. I think a lot of these drivers are dreading this race here today. Luckily, they'll have a week off before the last major lump of the calendar, so they'll get a 1-week break, and then we'll all swings ahead for Japan and the rest of the season as well. Third driver out there is another Williams J. Leak. So basically almost all the blue cars, the bright blue cars, are heading out there on the track right now to make life a little bit easier. So we'll just kind of ride around here, there is Exelic heading out right now. Just gonna we'll cut back to Leslie when he gets a little bit close to starting his run here. We'll just kind of ride aboard. There's Smitty, we'll show off some of the cars. One of the always things I love is when driving at night, you get to see the difference in some of the schemes and see how the kind of cars pop. Some look so much nicer than others, and it's just kind of nice to see when you get that night light reflection, per se. So we're going to wait up here. I think Leslie's just exiting Sector 2, or entering Sector 2 right there. Got a couple more corners to go. So we'll bolt back to Lest here, and he will be the torchbearer, you can say. He'll lead the line, and he'll let us know what the pace may be, as he is on a set of mediums. We'll quickly check the tires real fast. He is on a set of mediums. Red's also on a set of mediums. Smitty's on a set of mediums. The rest are out on a set of softs right now. That will probably change, but here comes Lesty. Wrong run down the lap 1. I'll actually take the whatever, I'll take it off another time. But here comes off the 1 here, gonna brake hard, gonna go hard. Infinity has lap, she'll be able to rejoin in 14 seconds, 14 minutes I should say, as long as she can get back here. Swings right off the line. This is probably one of the trickier corners I've noticed here, where you have to try to brake hard, get it in the 4th, 3rd gear, and then don't swing out too wide. You want to take it clean, but if you go too wide, you will clip that wall, and it will end in tears and trepidation. Long run down, this is one of the DRS straights at the end of Sector 1 here. It's 27.004, hard left, another corner where you can overshoot if you go a little bit too deep. I remember from last season, King was very aggressive on his braking points at some points, and he would just send it on some of these corners. So it's a situation where you can basically play with house money. How deep you're willing to go will decide the fate in question. So Lesty again taking out the 50-meter board, brake hard on the inside, swing out. A little bit tricky here. Some people miss the old Singapore sling. Some people like this contraption. Then we're going to come out, and the Sector 2 is not here yet. Very hard again. The inertia coming off that left-right. We'll probably see a couple drivers end up taking a spin on a ride around there. Then you got your second long straight here. DRS will be activated again, taking it long in, and brake hard. Going to get around 4th gear, I would say. Swing out, yellow flag Sector 1. It looks like we have a first catch. I'm going to quickly cut away. Maddie looks like he overjudged the braking points per se. Can't get a good angle at checking his wing. There he goes. It looks like he's clean per se, but definitely just as I was talking about how deep you're willing to go will decide how fast you'll take that corner. So we'll go back to Leslie the Twig here. He's got a couple more corners to go. You missed the little technical section inside. Well, you'll see that sure enough. You missed the 3rd, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Last corner to go. Take it almost flat. Gonna be hard to take it as you get older. And the car goes squirrely hard into the wall. The lap will count. And just what I was saying, you can get the car a little hydroplane there. The lap will count. Luckily, the wheel is still on. But a little bit of a show for the fans. Now Reds will beat it, so all the theatrics, and still won't end up keeping pole. So Reds will best him. So put Reds up the pole position, Lesty in the second. We do got a couple more drivers coming. Maddie on to the cool down lap. We got Jay Leakey and Feared by Gaming, but Feared by Gaming is also on a flyer. Oh, sorry, about to start a flyer. So Jay Leakey up next. Can he best his teammate? And will he not follow the same moves? No, he will not. He will put the car at a 139.967. So P3 for him. Exelic's the next driver up on the grid. Per se, ooh, taps that wall a little bit, should be okay. Don't see any wing damage, but definitely getting as close as the walls. Like I said, the main pillar people hate about Surrey Circus is the walls are so close, is why you don't see much Monaco in leagues, because too much heroics in the one, you can bang off wall. There is some more room here per se, as now Smitty goes P1 with a 138.518. Here comes Estelle. Can she jump? No, she will not. It will be P4 for her, a 139.916. So we'll take a quick look at the lap tires as well. Top 3 all on mediums, 4 and 5 on a set of softs. Fear by Gaming is the only driver currently on another flyer. I think Lesty's limping it around. Reds is on a fresh set of softs, so he could be going for another attempt here as he's starting in the 3rd sector here. So we'll see what he can put on in his Alpine, if he can improve and maybe jump ahead of the McLaren. So he's got a couple corners here again. So luckily we missed this kind of technical section, so you get a good look at it here now. Been very easy to kind of go a little bit too in and clip that wall. So again, how daring will you be? Get a run. We also do have our previous week's winner. Kai's F1 on our lap, so we'll have to keep an eye on him as well. And we'll give him an interview this week, because sadly some logistics made that impossible. Here we go. Reds, 137.224. So he will now be pole position, well over a second clear of Smitty. And it looks like that little bit of pause Reds took, he has found his form again. And it's probably too late to make a championship run, but at the very least, he could, at the very least, make a case to at least get a good second half of the season. And Feared by Gaming goes P2 with a 137.906. So well clear of the medium runner. So it looks like if you can make a soft lap work, you can get a good run. Kai's F1 currently in the 2nd sector. I'm just trying to see Jay Leakey. He's coming in. So we're going to try to find someone that's on a run. Scanny's about to start his run. So I think the next fastest driver up the grid is Exelic. We'll see if she does her lap. Then we got, I believe that is Smitty. Yep, Smitty. And then we have Kai's F1. Smitty could go for a second run. We know Kai's definitely going to put down a lap. So here comes Selleck. She's going to be the first driver here to put down another time. Will she improve? Yes, she will. But it will not be enough to jump any higher. Next up is Smitty. He's cool and coming in. So we'll cut the Kai's F1. Can the pole sitter from last week? Actually, I think Senseiga took it. So never mind. Looking for another pole here. Can he do it? It will be a 137.150. And that will be pole position for the Mercedes driver. He has looked on form late. And the question mark is, can anyone stop him? So Collins looks like he's going to switch to a set of mediums. Just saw his name kind of pop up there. So he's going to be on a set of mediums. Exelic still looking fast here. So maybe she's going to go a third lap on those softs. See if she can maybe catch Lesty here. With only 11 drivers, you can take the alternate strategy on a set of mediums and try it, but right now, if you're Lesty per se, you're P5, and there's a chance you could maybe fall down 6 to 7, and at that point, is the medium strategy even worth it? It could be, because you go longer than 2, but since Singapore's not really that easy of a track to make passes at, you may be better off trying to get track position here. So we may see a few drivers. I think actually Leslie's just putting on set us off, so it looks like he has made that decision for me. And he will be going on to set us off, so that would not be shocking. Smitty as well could maybe also go on a set of mediums as well. Only time will tell, but I would not be shocked to the top 2 maybe wait a little bit before they decide to take a risk on a set of softs. Scanny has it validated, so he will be coming in, taking the hard right here, so no lap from him. Exelic coming to the last couple corners here as well. We'll see where her time is. I was just kind of looking down pit lane. I probably should have been watching her. We also got Kai's on a lap as well. Kai's, I think, may have just hit the wall. We're going to quickly cut here. Going a bit slow. It looks like he's just on a cooldown lap here, so he's actually looks like he was down his time, so we'll save those tires. Will Exelic put down a timer? No, she will also pull in the pit lane. So every driver coming in here with 9 minutes to go. We got a little bit of time to wait this out and see who the next driver is going to be. And it looks like it's going to be Jay Leakey, who is going to... Ooh, as Kai's... Actually, that was Exelic. My mistake. Hits the wall. Trying to come in here and gonna have some damage, so luckily he'll get that fixed. No major mistakes there. So only driver currently on an outlap is Jay Leakey. It looks like another driver is making a break for it. So we'll see who that driver is in a minute. It looks like the Red Bull of Collins, so Collins is going to be coming out as well. So we'll see what he can do. He'll be doing trying his first lap here on a set of... Actually, it's not even him. It's actually Infinite coming out as well. I thought it was the blue car, but actually, I think it may be both. Yep, it is him and Collins. So it's her and Collins, I should say. Sorry. So it's Infinite and Collins, both coming out here. So both drivers, 9-10 respectively, trying to get down a good lap here, put down a banker, they could say. Only other driver is Jay Leakey, who is currently on the bridge, about the end, coming to the end of Sector 2. So as we do wait this out here, we're going to watch Jay Leakey put down a banker. We'll see what he can do. He's got one podium this season. You can say he's got one more than some of the other drivers on this field have. I don't think Collins doesn't have a podium yet. Infinite doesn't have a podium yet. So Jay Leakey at least holds head high with that podium in Austria. But definitely, I wouldn't say he's been the weaker driver at Williams, but hasn't been the fastest one. He's got some pace in that car, but probably the second driver at Williams, similar to how Kai's is the first and Scandy's the second. Not an insult. Jay Leakey could be good on a good day, but he's definitely going to be looking to get some good form here, trying to find that Austria form rather than the form he's been of late. But here comes Jay Leakey. Actually, I think he got 5th last week, so I shouldn't rag on this too much. But here comes Jay Leakey. Long run down the long straight, opens the DRS. 7 minutes to go in qualifying here. Lap running is about 1:39. We could see it go down maybe to 1:37, 1:36, depending on if some of the drivers go for a set of softs. So he could get one more attempt here at softs and do another attempt as well. So we'll see what he does here. If we do see Excel coming out of pit lane, we'll take the hard right here. We'll get out of the way, so we'll not fear on Jay Leakey's lap too much. What is worth noting is Infinity, Collins, and Scanny all on mediums as well, so bit of a mixed strategy here. With only 11 drivers, it does allow the opening of strategy, if you will, and allow some that maybe could try a set of mediums to try to make it long in the tooth and make it work. So we're going to see what Jay Leakey does. He's at the end of Sector 1 right in Sector 2 here. He's looking okay. Didn't get a good sector time look there, but he's got a little bit of a twisty section here. So if his car is set up for more straight line speed, he'd be faster in some corners, but here he will really struggle. So we'll see what he can do here. Looks like he's got a little bit of a poor line there. Looks like he's trying to find the pace out of it, but he took it a little bit more conservative than you see other drivers take it. So at the end of Sector 2 here in the Williams, we'll see right past that F1 2021 sign. We'll see what he does. It will be... he's about 1/10 up in his time, so he's not going as fast per se as he did before. So he's going to have to find some good time in this third sector, or he'll be still P7 on the grid. We'll cut to Collins and Infinity shortly, but we're going to let Jay Leakey finish his lap here. Other drivers out there right now is Scanny's about to start an out lap, and Exelic as well. So, besides, but they're about to start their laps. So here comes Jay Leakey, past the DHL sign. Almost hits the Singapore wall. One more corner to go. Takes in wide. Doesn't go too wide. We'll keep the lap, and it will be a improvement. It will be a 1:39.411. So he found some time in the third sector, but not going to be enough to jump any higher than 7th. But we'll see if he does the second go-around. And if Exelic, on a set of mediums no less, can maybe improve and jump a little bit higher. As it looks like Jay Leakey has actually cooled down. So never mind, Jay Leakey will be only going P7. So back to Infinite and Collins. Collins, again, a little bit snake bitten, if you will, this season so far. Has had some moments where he's looked good, and he's just been bitten by the unlucky bug. And he's trying to find a podium, trying to get his first podium of the season, looking for some good luck here. We'll see if he can qualify that car. He doesn't validate off last corner, though, and cuts it. He'll have to go around again. It would have been a 139.889, which would have been no higher than P. It would have been P on the grid. But here comes Infinite. What will he do? Or sorry, she will do a 141.430. So P8 for her, but would have been P9 if Collins' time held. So next up is Scanny. Scanny just at the end of Sector 2 here in Sector 3. 4 minutes to go in qualifying. Future, again, looks like Reds may be going out again. It looks like he put out a set of mediums. So we'll see what he does besides go out. Again, Lesty is probably going out again looking at the tire strats. So he'll be going out again. Smitty may go out, may not. Fear by Gaming put his time on a set of softs, if I'm not mistaken. So he may go out again. I'll quickly check the tire. Yeah, he put his time on a set of softs, so he may be running for another one of the mediums as well. But here comes Scanny down the line. It will be P6 for the Netherlands driver, and he will be at a 138.889. So we've been right around the time, I believe. Actually, I think he's a second faster than what Collins would have been. So Exelic up next. Looks like she's down her times. Can she find some more time? Can she jump Scanny? The two have been an eternal rivalry this whole season, and it will not be enough. She'll still be P7. I believe next up is Jay Leakey. Jay Leakey, yes, he is. He is on his cooldown lap. And then we got the Collins Infinite train, but Collins hasn't validated again. So right now, it's not looking good. He should probably bail on this run, come in, and take one more attempt on a set of soft tires, but that's what I would be doing. You do got Infinite up next as well. Can she improve? We do have a yellow flag, Sector 2. I'm going to find it's one of the McLarens. It is Matty again. He is really struggling. He's currently P2 in the standings, and he'll get it refired, but definitely looking to take over the points leader today with Kenobi having not being able to show up anymore. So he could definitely make some good points here, and he's got to keep that cushion because right now we know Kai's F1 is on a hot streak, and that championship's still all to play for. But right now, he can take over the points. He would have taken away the points lead last week if he finished, but sadly, because of an issue at Mazda, he did not finish. So he's looking to try to take it over again as long as he gets some points. Well, not some points. He has to get I think he has to finish 8th or higher to take it over, but as long as he finishes in the top half of the field, he will take over the points lead. So back to Collins here. Collins did not improve in Infinite, as I was kind of rambling there, did not improve as well as she came in. So it looks like Scanny on a run, but Scanny coming in. So Scanny's going to cool down a lap. We got Exelic through Sector 3 right now. We yellow flag Sector 2. That looks like it's Collins, and I think Collins stayed out, and he's hit the wall, and I think that is going to be qualifying over Collins, because Collins is not going to have enough time to bring that Red Bull around and pit for a new front wing. So I think it's session done for Collins. Collins, with 2 minutes to go, no more for him. But we do see Kai's coming out, Red's coming out, Fear by Gaming coming out, all on mediums no less. So they feel like they can get a better time on a set of mediums here. As Collins is now retired, he will be starting P11 and will have first choice of fresh tires. We do have Smitty out, but Smitty not making a break for yet. Lesty also going out in his Williams as well on a set of mediums. So he's bailed on the strategy for softs and wants to try to keep that line on mediums. And we take a look at the top lap. Only Feared by Gaming is on a set of mediums right now. Sorry, a set of softs in the top 5, 6 you'd even say. With Exelic and Jay Leakey 7-8 on a set of softs not able to improve, so they're stuck on the tire they qualified on. Obviously bearing rain, but since they're doing mediums, I'm going to assume that there's no rain, at least to start this race. But Fear by Game will be the first driver to start a lap with a minute 21. This is basically put up or shut up time. You get one more attempt here, and Fear by Game will be the first one to make said attempt. So we'll ride on board with him, but we'll keep an eye as you see Kai's F1 is the next driver. He's currently entering Sector 3, or near Sector 3, along with Reds right behind him, and Lesty, the third car behind both of them. Actually, it's Jay Leakey, my mistake. So it's Jay Leakey's the first Williams. The second Williams is Lesty. But here comes Fear by Gaming. Sector 1, he's not up. He's down on his times right now, so he's not looking good to improve. He needs to go a little bit faster in order to try that medium strategy to make it work, or else he'll be starting on a set of softs when the top 6 all around him will be on a set of mediums. So entering Sector 2, it looks like someone's a bit slow. I think that is going to be Lesty. Did he clip the wall? I think he was just cooling down to get some space. So we're going to cut back here. We're going to keep an eye, as I think Fear by Game is about to hit Sector 2 here, but we'll also keep an eye on Kai's and CP Reds, because they're both coming to the end of that long straight. They will also have a chance to put down a run. So here comes Fear by Gaming. At the end of Sector 2, he is not improved yet. He has to find a good third sector. Kai's F1, current pole sitter. Can he improve on his times? Right now, he is a 10th up on his times. Red's right behind him. We'll see where he is at the sector 1 time. He is 2 tenths up. So right now, Reds would be de facto pole sitter. I think my math is correct, because 1 second gain, 1/10 gain, whatever. Session over. So we'll see what they can do. So this is put up a shut up. So we're going to cut back the Feared by Gaming. He's invalidated, so his run is done. So we're going to cut the Lesty. We also got Smitty as well. Smitty, 0.21 up times. Doesn't look like he's got enough, but could maybe get the third and jump Feared by Gaming. Lesty, at the end of the sector 1 time board, he is barely up on his times as well. Could maybe catch Smitty. Back to Kai's F1. And to sector 2, he is 1/10 up. Reds, we'll see where he is. Can he keep that margin? Yes, he can. He's over 5, half a second up. This could be pole run for Reds. Behind them is Jay Leakey. We'll quickly check him. Did he get a good look? So we're going to check here. We're going to finish up the runs here. We got Kai's coming for the last corners. Reds as well. We're going to check quickly on Maddie. Maddie, 2 tenths up. And we're not going to have enough time, so we're going to cut back to Kai's F1 as he comes to the last couple corners here. Kai's F1, can he improve on his times and make it into 136s? He can at a 136.708. That's going to be a hard time to beat. Can Reds jump him? Yes, he can. A 136.462 for Reds. But the question is, can anyone match? Here comes Jay Leakey off the last quarter. It will be enough for P8, but no higher. Maddie, currently second in the points, needs to get a good cushion here. What can he do? He's 2 tenths up. It will be enough to jump Feared by Gaming, but no higher. Infinity is on an out lap, so he will not count. So it's Lassie or bust, and Lesty hasn't validated, so that will be the end of qualifying. Lesty no higher than 6. And that is that. So your pole sitter is Reds, looking to have a good race here today. Kai's F1 in 2nd, Maddie in 3rd, Feared by Gaming in 4th, Smitty in 5th, Listy in 6th, Scanny 7th, Jay Leakey 8th, Exotic 9th, Infinity 10th, and Collins 11th. What is worth noting is Feared by Gaming is the only driver inside the top 6 on a set of softs, with Jay Leakey and Exotic on a set of softs as well, but they're 8th and 9th respectively, and Collins will have free choice of tire. So as they do wait this out here, waiting for one driver to finish, I think it's Infinity. Her lap shouldn't count because she came after the whistle. So this is basically a mute point, but we'll see what she can do anyway. No real, I guess we're waiting for the last 59 seconds. Hopefully the game isn't glitched because, yeah, that wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good at all. So as we do, again, wait this out. Trying to look for something while we wait for this to clear out here. There we go. Found what I was looking for. So here we go. Wait, that's up. Guess got not much else really to say here, so we're just going to wait this out and congratulate Reds for his pole position here. And Scan, again, even though even though Kai's F1 hasn't really gotten that many pole positions, he has been the class of the field, though, so it shows that pole position isn't everything. He's got good Sunday pace. He's also got good Saturday pace, but it seems like one driver always seems the best. So as we, I guess, waiting, we got 3 seconds left. Hopefully the game doesn't glitch here. Now we got the AIs on the bottom, which is never a good sign. We'll see what happens here as he finishes up. We may have to have Infinity leave, but we'll have to wait and see. Her car is now coming down the pit lane. Hopefully the lap finishes here and we can get green flag action here, because this is going to be a long run, son. So we want to finish this up. Finish up this screwing up car going into pit lane here. In garage. If the game doesn't start, then Infinity has to leave because I think she is the trigger for these issues at hand. So we are going to wait this out here. Going to tie that through. And, yep, I think we may be glitched. So yep, you're going to have to retire Infinity or leave. So, yep, I guess we can watch. Yep, there we go. As she has left now, retired from the session, we are now good to go here. So, yeah, finish that time out here. Gonna finish screwing this in, but as we finish this screwing, so you can see that Reds leads the way. So Brits all basically to the tops here. You could say a United Kingdom person's wet dream, you could say, as the only drivers that aren't technically British by their flags, Feared by Gaming and Scanny. And I guess you could say Ireland as well, because gotta remember that too. Ireland as well, so looking to get some good times here. But yeah, that is your top 11. We've gone through enough times already, so I won't repeat myself again. But there they are. You can see that Reds looking to storm back for the field and make a strong performance here today as we will get ready for the race. Yeah, join us shortly. And we are back. It does look like a dry session, so that is good to see here at the very least. May rain by the end, but I don't have a weatherman with me. But Discosu does bring up a good point that he is on 3-lap old mediums. So that is something worth knowing, but I think a lot of the field is on oldish mediums too. Because I think Lesty, I want to say, is on 2-lap old. And I also want to say Kais is also on 2-lap old. So he'll have a slight disadvantage. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's going to be that much in comparison. So I think he'll be okay, but he'll probably have to be pitting a little bit earlier and he probably wants to. But pole position is pole position, though. So I don't think he's not too thrilled with... well, he's thrilled with that, but I'm trying to say he's not too bothered with 1 lap older softs, you could say. All right, as I'm now done fixing this, we will be ready to go here. Hopefully no glitches here, because that's usually never a good sign when you have that at the beginning, but I think everything should be okay. Reds leads the way, Kai's second. We'll just see what quick tire Collins decided to put on. He decided to put on a set of hards. So he will be the one different driver here, you could say. Everyone else on what they qualify on, except for Collins. So I guess while we're waiting here, I guess I'll plug the channel real fast. If you like what you see, why don't you like and subscribe to League Racing TV, where tons of leagues take place, including CWC, which you're currently watching right now, including the F1. It's also happening at the same time. On Thursdays and Fridays is the main bread and butter, the TTML League, which is Division 2s through 5. Which you can watch in accordance. Then, on Saturdays and Sundays, you got BNL. And on Sundays, you also have the main bread and butter, TTML F1. So find the league you enjoy. I think there's currently open enrollment in TTML, so look in the description. You can find the Twitter, you can find the Discord. Someone will point you in the right direction, and you can join. And including also here as well, there's some open seats as well. So if you like what you see, you can join CWC. And maybe put up a late run for the title, but that may be easier said than done. So yeah, that is that. We got 31 laps here. Going to be a little bit of a long one. 1:37 laps, so we're going to be here for at least 30, 35, maybe 40 minutes. But this is going to be a fun one to watch. Can Reds do what not many drivers have done this season and best Kai's F1? Because we saw Sensei Echo last week. He was able to kind of keep in the touch of Kai's, but once Kai's hit that second gear, that was all she wrote. And Kai's F1 basically smoked the field. And so yeah, we'll have to see if Reds can... and also, we remember from early season, Reds was kind of struggling. He had a bit of bad luck. Seems like he couldn't make it out of the first stint, metaphorically speaking, alive. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do and keep it clean. But we know, and we know from last season, correct me if I'm wrong, but we know from last season, he did have a late season resurgence and was able this close to win the championship. So it's not impossible to win the championship this late. There's still 8 rounds left, but you have to get max points every round to have a chance. So Reds would have to start, do what he did last season, and just basically go on a tear and then pray for a miracle. But you never know. So Reds about to line up here. We also saw Jay Leakey and Excel both get collide under the safety car. So formation lap, you can say. Technically not a safety car, but we'll have to wait and see his last drivers line up. I'm going to take a quick sip of water, and we'll get ready for the action. Collins is about to line up here. We got 31 laps. And we got the waiting, yellow flag sector 1, but we do got the 5 red lights, so this is going to count here. No glitches, and a way to go. Very short sequence there. Thought we were going to hang for a little bit longer, but it looks like Red's got a relatively okay jump into 1, but Kai's is going to be there in quarter 1. It looks like they keep it clean. Fear by Game is going to put a little squeeze on Maddie. He's going to take up 3rd. He's going to take back it from Maddie. Maddie in 4th. Leslie Twig a little bit under pressure. He'll fall in 7th. It looks like Zell kind of took a little bit of evasive action there. She'll keep it clean for the most part. We got Collins in the back making a move, and he'll be up to 8th. So back to the top half. We got Reds, we got Kai's, Fear by Games, all relatively clear. I think Collins in the back looks like he's making a move. per se. He got one of the Excellic, but it looks like he's no closer to making a lunge, and it looks like everything is kind of shaked out. No major problems, no major incidents, no one hit anything. So that's what you like to see on a start. Everyone keeps it clean. It does look like J League locks up a little bit there, but will at least keep P10 to themselves. But Reds leads the way, half a second over Kai's F1. Fear by Gaming, half a second behind him. Now, this is a track that's a bit hard to pass at, so we're going to have to wait and see if any moves can be made, because there's only a few long straights here, and then you're kind of stuck. So, let's see. It's yellow flag sector 2. That's someone wrong way around. That is the Excellic. So, Excellic going to get refired, but going to get some damage. Definitely saw a particle wing fly, as I think Leslie made a pass while I was watching that. Yes, he has. He's making a pass on Scanny, and he will successfully Pecos Williams up the P5, so I think he did lose a spot. He'll get it back. So P5 for Leslie. I'll quickly just confirm position. Yep, he was P. Actually, I think Scanny up on a spot too. So I think Smitty may have made a mistake instead, because he's down 2. So I think Scanny got around both, and then Leslie. Point still stands. That's what happens right now. So it looks like Fear by Gaming is losing touch to the top 2 right now. The gap is now 2 seconds. So it looks like a little bit of breakaway. And there goes a McLaren. That is Scanny. Mercedes, I would say, not a McLaren, as he'll spin it. Won't hit anything, but will get it refired as now Excellic has retired from this race. I think she has crashed out. So we'll see if that does trigger any sort of safety car or anything. Game's always a little bit fickle with them, so we'll see what the game decides to do. That's probably not going to be triggering anything. No, will not. So wave on. We're down now to 10 runners. Maddie looking for an opportunity to make a pass here. All over the back of Fear by Gaming, but not really close enough to make. Probably has a better chance with DRS open next lap. But if he doesn't make a move soon, he just got behind him, but if he stays too long around him, Leslie may push the issue. So we'll have to see what happens here. So Maddie has to keep it on the foot on the gas, but can't afford to make a mistake because he needs points here today. Because he needs to keep the damage minimized in order to try to possibly take home the championship. Same thing with Leslie right now. He's only got a 4-point cushion currently over the 5th position right now, and he needs to have a strong showing here because there's a big gap to Kenobi and Maddie, so he needs to kind of make good headway here and make moves, but can't be too aggressive or else he'll throw points away. Reds has gained over a second on Kai's. I think Kai's may have went a little too deep there as a cut to him late. And it doesn't look like he got a little squirrely, so maybe he's struggling on those mediums just a hair, per se. Or maybe he's just playing conservative, but he's out of DRS range, so Reds finding that good form. Back to Maddie here and Leslie. Leslie just basically almost all over the back of Maddie here, biding his time. Fear by Gaming looks like, again, he is struggling on those softs. They're only 1 lap old, maybe 2 laps old, so they shouldn't be that bad, but he's really getting hounded by Maddie. It looks like Leslie taking it conservatively. Red sets another fast lap of the race, and Leslie could be under pressure from Smitty and the other McLaren. So here comes Maddie. We'll ride aboard him. Going to probably make a move. DRS is now enabled. Won't have it down this long straight, but it looks like he's going to try a move down in the 1. He will successfully make the pass. Kind of shut the door kind of abrasively there on the Ferrari. Going to cause a little bit of a Cordanino effect, and Leslie is going to check up, but at least keep it clean, as the slow Mercedes is Scanny, who I think has spun. So luckily, it's not Kai's F1, but it looks like Kai's F1 has made some inroads back on CPL Reds. Or CPI. So here comes Leslie, going to try to make a move on Fear by Gaming. How aggressively take it? DRS is activated for him. Ooh, he taps him up the rear. Luckily, no damage for Leslie. He'll keep going, but definitely a little bit of a pride booster, if you will. A pride buster, you would say, as now he'll have to limp it back. Well, not limp it, but definitely have to be more cautious because he doesn't want to break his wing on the back of that Ferrari. Again, if he doesn't get a move on, though, he will be in a pressure. Now, a gap of 7 seconds has formed from Reds and Kai's. So there's a big gap from first to second to the rest of the field. And it doesn't look good to catch that up, but you never know. If Maddie can lead the train, maybe he can make some small inroads, but it kind of reminds me of Mazda last week, where 2 broke away and the rest kind of stayed behind. As it looks like Smitty gonna have DRS, not gonna have to make anything happen. All bit of a train, and as long as this train keeps forming, Collins on a set of hards, it's just in the foreground, or say background, as you would say. And he's just sitting there, kind of biding his time. So you see a little bit of a smoke. I think there was a lockup. It wasn't anyone hitting anything, though. Fear by Gaming does go a little bit slower, so I think he may have been the cause of the lockup, as he will successfully now lose 2 spots. So I think, yeah, he's missing an end plate. So I think he locked up and hit the wall on exit right around corner 17. So I think he went just a little bit too wide, hit the wall, and now have to come into pit lane here and take his wounded Ferrari back to the pit lane to try to get a fixed wing a little bit too early than he probably wanted to take it. J-League gets the first penalty of the race. He's now got 3 from multiple warnings, but he's up to P7 with the pitting Ferrari. Looks like Leslie's lost a little bit of time to Maddie. Gap has now grown to 2 seconds, but Smitty right behind him. Both McLarens have 100 points over the Williams, if I'm not mistaken. And both can head over the other Williamses. They could easily raise their gap in the Constructors. Doesn't look like Smitty is close enough to make a move on Lesty, so we'll have to cut back when this battle happens. We're going to cut back to Kai's F1 here. He's making okay inroads on the Alpine of Reds. So we'll see what he can do if he can kind of get close up here. Could be playing a cat mouse game, but he's using a lot of ERS if he is playing the cat and mouse game. He's about 38% ERS, while Reds is about 10% ERS difference. So he's being aggressive, but not too aggressive. Scanny's also pitted again. So it looks like, again, Kai's kind of biding his time, maybe not staying too aggressive, knowing Singapore is not a track where you can make a pass relatively easy. But again, maybe saving his tires. Don't know. Scanny has now coming out again. Really been a season for Scanny. He was pretty strong last season. Got a net P3 in the standings, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe P4. I think he finished behind Kenobi. But sadly, been a season for the Netherlands driver. As Kai's going to get a toe. Looks like he doesn't get as much toe off some of these corners here. We'll see what he can do if he can get a good lunge down the long straight. But it doesn't look like he's even close enough to make something happen. But if he can kind of stay close, maybe he can make something happen. Further back, Smitty as well, just kind of losing touch to Leslie. Leslie hard on the wall! That is not what you want to see. He's done something similar to qualifying. He has hit the wall, and now the wheel is tethered off, and that is race over him. Safety car has been triggered, and that is not what the Brit wants to see. And I also think that's what CPL Reds wants to see as well. And Kai's. Now they're going to get caught up by both McLarens. But that is just similar to what happened to qualifying there. Just went a little too wide, car got a little too snappy, and that is session done for the Williams driver. And we're now down to 9 runners. As I know Disco Stu is not going to be too happy in that chat right now, gutted for the driver in question. But yeah, that if we could pull Lesty right now and ask him what he said, if we had like radio communications, it's what happened. It's just pretty much happened. It's what happened to qualifying. I think Kai has also made a mistake under qualifying here. Sorry, not qualifying. As under the safety car here, he's lost the back end, and he's lost a lot of time to the Reds. Luckily, it's just only a safety car, so we'll get bunched up regardless. I don't think he hit anything, but definitely don't know exactly what happened. But it looks like he had looped it, or maybe just I don't know. I have no clue what to tell you there. Maybe just coughing up time, make sure he doesn't go over and get a penalty. Who knows? So yeah, that is a shame to see, you could say. But safety car is going to catch a fill up. Now, though, we got to talk about strategies. We take a quick look at the tire strategies here. Collins is on a set of hards, Game's on a set of hards, Scan's on a set of hards. No one's going to make it to the end. Everyone that pits... highly unlikely. If you pit for a set of hards, you make it. So I think everyone's going to have to pit one more time. So the question mark is, do you go softs, hards? If you have an extra set of mediums, do you go medium, medium, softs? We'll have to wait and see how these drivers take it. And the first driver in is going to be Reds. He will be putting on a set of hards. Kai's will also be putting on a set of hards. Maddie, though, staying out along with Smitty. So Smitty, both going to not take advantage of this free pit stop and are going to stay out and try to make it a one-stop, knowing the rest of the field's going to have to pit again. They think they can be faster on those mediums, make it to the pit stop window, and then pit off. Because we know for a fact there's no way Reds makes it to the end. Collins, Kai's, Feared by Gaming, Scanny. The odds are unlikely. Because we know hards go maybe at max 25 laps, we'll say. It's lap 6. We go back on 7 or 8. That's 28. Actually, now that I think about it a little bit more, there's a chance. They're going to be 23 laps old, though. It's possible they could make a one-stop work, but I think they're going to be in the clutches of someone that does a medium to soft. But free pit stop is a free pit stop, so we'll see what they can do. As it looks like Kai's now, with that big gap, is actually going to lose 2 spots to Collins and Infiniate. So Kai's going to have to cut his way through traffic, going to allow Reds a little bit more time to grow some gap. Yeah, just had to take a quick bite of my lunch here. Sorry. A little hungry right now. Looks good, so I took a quick bite of my sandwich. And we are ready to go again here as we wait for the safety car to end. We have one more go-around because we're waiting for Scam to get caught up along with Jay Leakey and Fear by Gaming. So we're going to have a little bit more. We'll be good to go on lap 8. Most likely. So, wait this out here. Wait for the last drivers to kind of finish up here, and we'll be good to go. I do have Butterfingers, even saying. Anyway. As we do wait this out. Is that what? Oh, I did. Anyway. Yeah, safety car will definitely be coming in not this lap, next lap, because we're waiting for Scam to get caught up here. We'll see if anyone decides to pull down, maybe take advantage one more time. They go one extra lap. Nope, we're not seeing Maddie or Smitty take that one extra lap here. So we'll see if even Affinity comes in. Collins, nope, they're all staying on strategy here, so no surprise pit stops here. Everyone staying out. Well, except we'll see what Scanny does. Maybe Scanny will pit again. We'll have to wait and see. He's got to be running out of tires, how much he's see what he does. So here comes Scanny. We'll see if he comes in. No, he's staying out again. So, yep. Makes sense, but you never know. Some drivers do some weird strategies to make it work. Get one lap fresher hard and maybe make it a little bit longer and maybe steal one. So that is also an option. But it looks like no one is going to be trying anything, so we'll be going this time by. I guess while we wait for this to finish up here, we'll take a quick look at the F1 race, as we got about a half a section to go here. Keep an eye on this race here right now, but we'll take a quick look at the Singapore race, currently happening in CWC F1. We'll see what they're currently doing. After watching this ad, though. We'll see here. Well, I'd like to tell you, but they're currently actually on their formation lap, which is bit odd. They're a little bit far behind us. I wonder if something may have happened while you're watching. Looks like it's the same weather, though, so at least that's a positive. But it does look like we are a little bit off here. They currently have, I think it was 15 if I'm not mistaken. Cool graphics, though, by Malk. Show some love to him. Got some really cool graphics. I think Cameron Downs currently has pole position right now, currently in his Mercedes. And yeah, they're about to get underway there in Singapore of their own. And safety car is now in this time, so we'll put that down, and we will get ready to go here again. Actually, they probably had a lobby reset now I think about it, because that seems kind of odd, but maybe they had a bit of a glitch. So anyway, though, safety car coming in. Maddie and Smee, both Papaya, Orange, McLaren's lead the way, with Reds in 3rd, Infinity in 4th, Collins in 5th, Kai's in 6th, Fear by Gaming 7th, Jay Leakey in 8th, Scanny in 9th. All pitted on that safety car except for Maddie, Smitty, Infinity, and Collins. Everyone else pitted under the safety car. Probably, if you're honest at hearts, you could make it to the end, but it's not the likeliest strategy. We could see another safety car. Only time will tell. So we'll ride over here with Reds. We'll see when Maddie decides to go here. Current points leader. How things shake up. So we'll see what he can do here. Maddie goes in the sling. Kai's F1 gets a 5 seconds for collision with Feared by Gaming. That is a little bit of controversial, but we're underway right now as we got Maddie doing a relatively good start here. Smitty 2nd, Reds 3rd. Looks like Feared by Gaming very squirrely. We got one of the cars on the wall. That's Infinity in the wall. That's Yellow Flag Sector 1. They got it refired. Should not trigger a safety car. Hopefully. As we got Kai's, Collins, as we do see relatively everyone else relatively okay. That's Cold Tires really claimed a few victims, including Scanny as well. So Scanny's got it. Well, squirrely. He didn't actually claim by anything yet. Fear by Gaming, though, gets passed by Collins. Collins up the 5th. Kai's F1 are making good runs up the roads. We got Reds making a very aggressive lunge on the inside of Smitty. Can he hold his nerve? Outbreak him? Yes, he can. So the Alpine driver up the 2nd. Smitty down the 3rd. Kai's F1 under pressure from the Ferrari. I should say, no. Sorry. The Red Bull under pressure by the Ferrari. 5-6. Kai's making quick work already. All the way up to 4th on those hards. Those mediums definitely not playing out for the fast runner here. As he's already over the back of Smitty. Smitty already lost 1 spot. Looks like he could lose 2 here relatively quickly. Further back, you can see Feared by Gaming all under pressure. We'll see what he can do. The Mercedes driver going to go a very aggressive lunge up the inside, and is successful to make the pass. So Kai's F1 up the 3rd, Smitty down the 4th. Further down the road, we got Collins kind of getting a little bit of a breakaway here, but you can see Jay Leakey in the background there. Could make a slight jump there. Doesn't look like he's close to make anything happen, though, so we'll just tuck him behind for 7th, scanning to 8th. So we got back into the battle for the lead here. We got Reds right behind Maddie. Ooh, he almost runs to the back. Again, just playing his figure, playing his time. Just going to make it work, you could say, and just stay behind. Ooh, he goes a little bit too wide there. Almost hits the wall. Maddie got the better exit there. And they got about 2 seconds clear of Kai. So Kai's, I don't think, he's got, no damage for him, but definitely struggling to stay on pace here. And even if he does get around, he's got 5 seconds. So Red's looking good right now. But, again, time will tell. The one positive is Maddie's kind of holding up Reds a little bit, and it's allowing him to fall into the clutches of Kai. So we got further back, Fear by Gaming, as I should have been watching this a little bit instead of up front. We got Collins holding fort. Fear by Gaming went for an aggressive lunge. We also got J-League trying to hang around. I think Smitty may have had a slight mistake. It doesn't look like he's got wing damage, but it looks like he may have made a slight mistake, went too deep. As while I was watching that, the battle for the lead has happened. Reds has passed Maddie, so Reds made a pass down that long straight. He's still up the first. Maddie down the second. Yellow flag here. I think Scanning's wrong around. Yes, he is. So it's all gone wrong for the Papaya Orange cars right now. But one. The other one's just lost lead. He's still a net P2, so he's gained spots. I think he was P3, so he's actually still a net gain right now. As long as the rest of the field doesn't pit. Yeah, as long as the rest of the field pits with him. So, trying to recall what happens. We've got Collins, Fear by Gaming on the back, Collins. So we'll see what happens here. So I think Smitty made a slight mistake. Yellow flag's actually looks like Scanny's struggling again. But I think Fear by Gaming made a slight mistake. Sorry, Smitty made a slight mistake. And that allowed Collins and the rest to catch up. And ooh, his Gaming just runs in the back of Collins there. Gives him the old heave-ho, metaphorically speaking. Or I guess literally, because he did literally give him a little bit of a heave-ho here. That is not a place you make a pass, Fear by Gaming. You shouldn't have done that. Luckily, no damage, but there's nowhere to make a pass there. That will never work in a million years. Now DRS has been now enabled. We'll see if Kai's can get around right now. But it looks like Fear by Gaming, again, coming in now. I think he got some damage, even though it's very minor. Can't wait to see what happened. But anyway, Kai's F1 on the back of Maddie. We'll see if Kai's F1, because right now, Reds is using this to his advantage now, growing his gaps 2 seconds. But this pass should be as smooth as butter. ERS does favor Maddie, but Kai's F1 has the fresher tires. He'll go out to in. He'll have the inside for the corner coming up, and he'll successfully hit the pass before it even hitting the corner. Maddie down the third, but at least the one bright spot, he's got 7 seconds clear of Collins. I think Scanny's a little bit slow. He's hit the pit wall there. He'll get it refired back in, but definitely a race to forget for the Mercedes driver. So only on lap 10, Kai's 2 seconds clear, 2 seconds behind Reds. Can he reel him in? If both drivers don't pit, this is for the net P1, but if they do pit, it's still net P1, so not much really has changed. Other than that, we do got Maddie losing a little bit of touch here. We do got J-League kind of reeling in the back of Collins here. Well, I was saying that, and now he kind of overlooped it a little bit there, so he's going to lose time to Collins, and Smitty's going to catch up a little bit instead. So, yeah. We do got Fear by Gaming 28 behind. Yeah, all three kind of relatively far away here. So we're just going to kind of watch battles and watch intervals and see what drivers can do. That is our kind of our main watching point here to see what happens. So anyway, back to lap 11 here. So we got Collins again, really kind of growing. So Kai's has not really made much inroads on Reds. Maddie losing time. He's lost over a second, about half a second to a second to Kai's. We do got somebody though reeling in J-League, so we'll ride on board with the other orange car here right now and see if he can reel in J-League and get back up to 5th. He will have to pit again along with J-League if I'm not mistaken. No, J-League actually, yeah, he'll have to pit again as well. He's on a lap. Those meetings will not make it to the end. So we know for a fact 3, 4, 5, 6 will have to pit again. 7 and 9 could make it. 8 will definitely make it. So only drivers that are kind of question marks right now are 1 and 2, where you could make the case that they could make it work. It's not a guarantee, but it's possible. But right now, again, with Kai's being 2 seconds back, he has to kind of push his tires a lot more aggressively than Reds has to push his. So bit of a cat-mouse game, if you will. Reds can be conservative on his rubber and make those hards go just a bit larger, a little bit farther. And also, we do got to take into consideration the fast lap as well, as now Scanny has retired. I think he's retired in the pit lane. Oh, he is not retired. He crashed on the straight, and that will trigger a safety car. So that will change strategies here as well. So we know Manny, Collins, rest of the field coming in. But if you got an extra set of mediums, do you try to make it 18 laps on him? It's feasible, but is it ideal? Or do you just stay out and try to make the hards work? Because the hards will definitely now make it. If you're Reds and Kais, you get another 2 laps on a safety car, you're good. 3%. As it looks like Reds is staying out. Kai's going to come in here. So he thinks he can make it on the mediums. And we know for a fact the rest of the field's probably coming in behind him. So he'll be a net P2. So Reds looking a little bit foolish, you could say. Now he's got to also the 5 seconds. So actually there's a chance Matty could jump him. But, well, 5 plus that. So he's actually going to serve the penalty. So now they're net equal on track. So this penalty, I won't say there was anything bad. This game was just kind of struggling, but you could definitely say inferior motives. That really helped Kai's F1 out a lot more than it helped CPL Reds. Collins staying out again, which is kind of odd. Could have maybe pitted. We do see the rest of the field coming in on a set of mediums. We got Maddie and Smitty all coming in on mediums, along with Kai's F1. Jay Leakey staying out as well. So the question mark is that Reds either doesn't feel confident the mediums can make it. Because if he pits now, he's going to fall all the way down to probably behind Maddie. Maybe feared by gaming. Or does he take a risk and does what other drivers do and go 1 extra lap and see if he can make, instead of 18 lap old mediums, he goes for 17 laps. Make it a little bit more reasonable. That could be an option as well. But again, time will tell on that one. We'll see what he does. But right now, I think he's made his bet and he has to lie in it. Those hards will make it, but Kai's F1's on a fresh set of mediums. The only downside is those mediums are definitely going to be hurting by the time we get going again, which will be lap, I want to say 14, when we'll go back to green, which will be 17 laps left, and these couple laps are going to put maybe 2% wear, we assume. I'm just doing math in my head right now. I'm just trying to think. It's possible. Like I said, you definitely can make it. But the question mark is, will the tires hold? That's the thing. They'll hold, but they're not going to be strong by the end. But the downside is, Reds' tires will be just about the same, worse for wear length. The one positive right now is he'll have a bit of a buffer to Collins, and Jay Leak will be the buffer between him and Kai's. But that's about it. So I think Reds may have made a bad call here, but I've been wrong in my predictions before. I've been a Tim McCarver at sometimes where I just picked the wrong strategy, so we'll have to wait and see what he does. It's easier to make a call when you're driving rather than sitting in the box without the information. But, again, time will tell. So Maddie, yeah, so we'll quickly do a quick neutralize of the field here. We got Reds in first, Collins in second, Leakey in third, Kai's in fourth, Maddie in fifth, Fear by Gaming sixth, Smitty in seventh, and Infinite rounds out eighth in eighth position. We know top 4 on down to 8th are good to go to the end on pit stops. 2 and 3 definitely going to have to pit again. No way they make it on that tires. Collins definitely has to pit because he hasn't made his mandatory stop yet. So Collins has to pit again. Jay Leakey has to pit again. And Reds, it's not a guarantee he has to pit, but those tires definitely aren't going to be fun with 17 laps plus 6. But these laps, I just don't think he makes it. So, I don't know. Very odd. Maybe he thinks he'll be another safety car. I don't know. But, very odd indeed. As we now wait, Infinite will catch up here. She will be 8th, and that will be ready to go. So, we'll be coming in this time by. So, we'll be starting on lap 14. And then we'll be good to go, presumably, is what I assume. So, we'll take a quick look as we wait for them to go through the last 6. Again, we'll take a quick look at F1 again. See how they're doing. Currently, the way is, yeah, okay, they have a good battle right there up front. Relatively close, top 2. The rest of the pack has broken away a little bit, so kind of similar to our race, you could say. Top 2 have broken away from the third-place driver, and then everyone else is kind of a little bit kind of close behind him, so very odd indeed. So, yeah, very kind of similar to our race. Top 2 broken away, and the rest of it kind of battling each other, so same here, so don't seem like many changes. So, anyway, safety car coming in this time by. Yep, there's good confirmation. We'll go back on with Jay Leak here. Actually, ride more with Kai's. We'll see how much work he can do here. We know he's fast, we know he's quick, we know he's rapid, so we'll see what he can do if he can try to carve his way through the field like butter. like a hot knife through butter. We'll see how aggressive he takes it, because he doesn't want to go too aggressive because he may break his wing, and then any chance of getting a high finish is gone. But if he takes it too conservative, he may end up losing a lot of time to Reds, even though those mediums will make it to the end, if they may balance out by the end of the stint, favoring Reds. So he has to be quick, but not too aggressive. So well, anyway, we'll see on board. You can see that Reds. When will Reds decide the time will go here? We'll ride on board. We'll see. Keep an eye on that Alpine car. Still hasn't gone yet. I think he's waiting for the very last minute here to make a move. Looks like he still hasn't gone yet. There he goes off the last corner there. Looks like J-League goes a little bit wide there. Going to be under pressure very quickly from Kai's F1. And he's going to make the pass quickly. So Kai's F1 makes 2 passes almost for the price of 1. So he basically caught both 2 and 3 napping. Kai's got the good lunge. And that's that. Matty out behind here. Going to try to make a move on J-League. He will successfully make the pass. So Matty up the 4th. There goes the Ferrari down the inside of J-Leaky. They can almost touch, you could say. And the Ferrari up the 5th. He will clear him. So yeah, Ferrari up the 5th. J-Leaky down to 6th. So it's all gone wrong for J-Leaky. He's down to 6 already. And reeling. Kai's F1 all caught the back of Reds. I think Reds really kicking himself for that strategy choice right now, as now he is going to be under pressure for a lot of laps here. Per se, yellow flag sector 2, it looks like J-Leaky's in the wall. Yes, he is. Wheel is not off, so he'll at least be able to keep going. That could have triggered safety car if he did end up breaking the wing. But, I'm sorry, the wheel. But, he'll get it refired. Well, kind of. Still hasn't turned it around yet. Still waiting for him to do that turn. There he goes. He's got it around. He's good. He's all good. So anyway, we'll check the rest of the field here as we do. Actually, I'm going to cut back here. I think Kai's going to make a move here. Close, but not close enough, so we'll just stick behind. Matty going to be under pressure, almost gets a love tap, actually does get a love tap by Feared by Gaming. Feared by Gaming looks for it, but not, gives him a little shunt, gives him a NASCAR bump and run, but doesn't wreck him, and Matty holds spot, so rattles the cages a little bit, you could say. Collins on an old set of hards is just limping around. I think Feared by Gaming just clipped that wall there. I do wonder if he got some damage. Looks like he's okay for the most part, but definitely struggling with that long-term pace, you could say, keeping it clean. So we're going to cut back to Kai's and Reds here. So I think a pass may be coming sooner than later. No DRS activated. Matty just passed Collins for 3rd. No pass yet. Looks like Fear by Game may try it as well. Matty has not cleared him yet. Ooh, he pushed him just a bit wide. Gets the elbows out. They're still side by side here. And Matty will successfully go up the 3rd. Fear by Gaming also chancing a pass. Gonna try to make something happen. No, he'll not. He'll tuck behind. Go up the inside here. Very aggressive. Gonna outbreak himself basically and fall. Give Collins a spot back on the switcheroo. Back to the battle for the front here. Just to see if Kai's can make something happen. No, he cannot. So Kai's gonna stay behind. But Fear by Gaming try to make a lunge there. And just too aggressive on the brakes. You gotta have a feather touch. You can't be that aggressive. You're gonna go flying off. Luckily, he didn't take anyone out, but some questionable decisions by Fear by Gaming, you could say. So Smitty just tucking in behind right now, getting some good toe here. We'll keep an eye on that battle at the front right now. But right now, Red's holding his own. But I wouldn't be shocked as almost Smitty runs the back of Fear by Gaming as Fear by Gaming gets 3 from multiple warnings. Still trying to force a move out Collins. There he goes again. Very aggressive, over-aggressive. Infinity has crashed, and that could be another safety car. And it's only a virtual safety car. So, yeah, because it's only a virtual safety car. So the field's getting neutrals. I think Fear by Gaming runs in the back of Collins. Gaming, come here. I know you're not listening, but come here. You gotta be conservative on the brakes. You can't be that aggressive, especially when the car ahead of you is a little bit of an early breaker. You gotta be conservative. You can't you're not taking anyone out yet, but you're way too aggressive on this brakes. Cautious and courteous. Pass it on. But back to back, we'll see if Reds maybe takes a hard left here. Get off sequence, get off strategy. No, he'll not. He'll stay on strategy here. Not going to take advantage of the free pit stop, but we know Kai's is good to go to the end, so he'd have to net gain, as it looks like Kai's going to try to go side by side here with Reds. Safety car has come in, and oh, he got it. He timed it correctly. Little bit of a cheesy strategy, Will. He saw an opportunity, saw the DRS ending, saved the time, has made the pass, and Kai's F1 up the P1. You could argue maybe a little bit too late in the spirit of competition, but Game didn't call it. So Kai's F1 up the P1 makes the pass as the safety car coming to an end. So all these safety cars have not fallen hard for Reds, and they've really helped Kai's F1. Further back, Collins again, Fear by Gaming, up the inside. Will he successfully make the pass this time without going too deep? He goes a little bit too deep, but at least finally holds the spot. Well, here comes Collins up the inside. Collins gets it back. I think Fear by Gaming's not too thrilled right now. as he keeps fighting this Red Bull. There, he gets the yellows out this time. 80 punches, and they slide by side. Smitty has nowhere to go. Luckily, no damage for him, but now Smitty gonna go up to P5. Fear by Gaming gonna try to hang on the outside, and Fear by Gaming ends up losing the spot anyway. So Fear by Gaming down to 6th, Smitty up to 5th, Collins in 4th. And now we breathe. But anyway, so Smitty just, Fear by Gaming right now is very aggressive on those breaks. Smitty gonna make a lunge and kind of show you how it's done a little bit. And he'll make the pass work, but then there goes Collins again. So both drivers going a little bit too deep. Collins use those mediums to his advantage, knowing how to just kind of outbreak his opponent and make it work. As it looks like a little bit toe up the hole. As it looks like Fear by Gaming, too aggressive on Smitty, runs into the back of him. Again, no break wing. Luckily, wing did not break, but definitely kicking himself. Now Kai sets the fast lap race on a set of mediums, and he may just clock out from reds. So we'll see what Smitty can do. If Smitty can make a pass on Collins here, and we know if he goes through, there may be a chance Gaming goes as well. So we'll see here again. No, not like close enough. Either driver going to kind of toe him behind here. So Fear by Gaming, again, seeing an opportunity. DRS will be activated this straight here. Looks like Smitty does not get a good exit here, and that's going to allow Fear by Gaming to be hounding all over the back. Will he make a move here? No, he'll not. We'll just tuck back in line. So now he's going to activate DRS here. Going to get a long toe down the straight. Smitty gonna get pull on Collins. Smitty gonna go hard outside here. Gonna try to outbreak Collins. He will successfully, finally get the spot. The Submarine has finally passed Collins, and it will be the McLaren of Smitty. Now gonna try to set his sights on his teammate, who is currently, I think, 6 seconds up the road. Fear by Gaming, though, again, just gonna lose time on those mediums. Down 16 lap old hards, though. Definitely gonna pit one more time, for sure. So here comes Gaming. Can Gaming make a pass on Collins? Yeah, just kind of watching here, because we know Collins is, Fear by Gaming is very aggressive on them brakes, as he just runs to the back of Collins again. I think Collins is so conservative on the brakes, but again, we see Fear by Gaming run the back of both Collins and Smitty, so no love lost between the Ferrari and the Red Bull here, let's just say it like that. Kind of reminds me of TTML F2 when it was Chohud and Scott. They were both fighting, and it just seemed like there was a total battle between those two. Aggressive, no love lost. Kind of same thing here as the Red Bull and Ferrari take 2 in this league, where they're fighting with no love lost. Switch out maneuver not going to work. Fear by Gaming, just kind of stay in mind. Again, not missing a thing up front. Reds has lost another second to Kai's, so he's checked out. Matty 3 behind him, and then Smitty 7 behind him. So this is a close battle. We have a track by a mile. So we'll stay on board here with this to see if a pass can happen sooner than later. So here comes Fear by Gaming up the inside. Candy to finally make the pass. Aggressive Clyde, this slide, and there goes Fear by Gaming around. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. Resets the track. I think that may be illegal. We'll see what the stewards rule on that one. But yeah, Fear by Gaming now 4 behind, and just trying his damnedest to get around, and not going to be enough. So we'll see if he does catch him again. He's probably going to be even more angry, so we'll see what he can do. So yeah, that is basically that. Everyone else is pretty spaced out right now, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on the times and see if anyone can get close up and make something happen. Just kind of wait it out here. This is the one downside of this racing, is when you don't have a big field and a lot of the cars crashed out in that situation, and this happens, is that you get a situation like this, where the field's so spaced out that there's not much really to cover, as Jay Leakey's lost the back end. But like right now, I have no clue what to cover. Everyone's so far apart from each other that I can't even talk like strategies because everyone's pitted. No one's going for the fastest lap, so I'm kind of just at the mercy of the game. This is the only downside of this, is that sometimes when you get no action, you just got to try to fill for time, and right now, I guess I'm filling for time for an audience of you. So, yeah, this Fear by Gaming gets 3 from multiple warnings, trying to catch up to Collins. I think he is currently up to 6 seconds. Yes, he is. So him and Jay Lee here lead the way with Naughty Stool, both 6 seconds. 6 seconds worth of penalties each, with him now slowly reeling back in Collins. So the fight is back on, and we'll see if Fear by Gaming can get around Collins. As Matty's also catching reds, by the way, so we'll keep an eye on that battle as well. So 2 major battles to kind of report on, you would say. So yeah, so Gaming has reeled him in. Really making that lunge. Within a second DRS already, he's gained 4 seconds already, just showing that tire advantage. It's kind of the same thing in the reverse right now, Reds and Kai's. So yeah. Here comes Fear by Gaming already there. How aggressive will he be, though? Will he learn a lesson? Or will he be conservative? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how he decides to make a move here. Again, Fear by Gaming kind of just close in right now. Kind of biding his time. Sitting behind. Ooh, he's probably going to make a lunge here. How aggressive will he be? Oh, looks like he got on them brakes there. ERS does favor Collins, I believe, by well over 10%, so not much of a difference, but a little bit. Collins stays behind Fear by Gaming. Again, thinks the outside there. Not going to have enough to make anything happen. Going to stay still behind. And it's kind of biding his resources, you could say. Just playing conservative. Knows he doesn't have to force something, because he's tried forcing something multiple times and it hasn't worked out. So how aggressive will he get knowing what's happening? He's also got 6 overtime plays, but again, Collins is going to have to pit again regardless. So why force it? I think he's finally gotten around him. Will he make it into one? Collins aggressive on the brakes, and he'll outbrake the Ferrari. It looked like it was a done deal almost when Collins went way left, but not enough. And I think there's no love lost between these two. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're both tippling and respecting each other. They're both liking this battle. But right now, it seems like there's no love lost between Collins and Gaming. They may both lead themselves to a path of self-destruction. Here comes Gaming on the inside again. How aggressive will he in the brakes? Will he just force his nose there? Yes, he will. Basically push him wide almost. And Collins gonna try it, and he's gonna take the inside again for Fear by Gaming. They are fighting, I think. Finally, Fear by Gaming. It's taken him many a lap, but he has gotten it. I think, but here comes Collins around the outside. I would not speak too soon. He's got probably one corner we can make it happen. If not, oh, there he goes. He basically cuts the corner, and he'll get the spot. And there goes Gaming around the outside, trying to hang it. Oh, he cannot. Yeah, he'll hang it against him. Collins basically cuts the corner to get the spot back, and Gaming takes it around the outside. And I think finally, yep, Collins not going to make it work. So I think finally, that is that. With 11 laps to go, I think Gaming can check out, but never mind. Here comes Collins. Collins around that side. He clips the wall. I think that may have been a wing. No, his wing's still there. He's actually ghosted, and he's actually going to... My God, these two. They're fighting like they're fighting the last... dog fighting over the last peak of chicken. As it looks like Collins maybe finally has ended up losing this battle, but I say this, he cuts a corner right there. He's staying close. Goes way too wide. He's going to have a good run off the exit. So here he comes. Collins around the outside. Going to basically put the pinch on the Ferrari. And they're both side by side. I think Gaming is just... Like, when is one going to take out the other at this point? They are fighting hard. Okay, do not miss anything up front. This is basically the closest battle we have on track. As Collins just runs kind of close to him. They're side by side. They touch wheels. And it looks like Collins gets it back. Gaming going to the inside, goes very squirrely, trying to make a move. They're both in the... Collins goes so deep, he hits the wall. And I think he's now done. That wing's gone. He's broken off a part of his wing. So I think Fear by Gaming is going to make the pass work here now. That Red Bull is stricken. They've lost over 13 seconds to the next car ahead. As I think now he knows if Gaming was paying attention, you see a broken part of the wing. He doesn't have to force this as aggressively. He has almost no downforce in the corners. There he goes. Finally goes too deep though, and he's gonna hit the wall. Oh, Collins, no. And I think he may have broken his wing. So I think both are gonna have to pit. Yeah, he has. There's a bit of his Ferrari wing missing, so both drivers are gonna have to pit front wing changes. So this battle is never ending. It's internal. They're gonna keep fighting until the lights are turned off. If there was a wrestling crowd here, they'd be chanting "Fight forever." But right now, they are just scrapping. As I think Collins both will be coming in this time by, and then we'll see another fight. Because of course we will. At least they're giving me action, at the very least. At least I got some action. So we'll see what Collins comes in. We'll see if Collins takes the hard left. Yes, he will. We'll see if Gaming joins him in, or will Gaming just try to limp around with 9, 10 laps left. No, he'll also be coming in, so both dog drivers are going to be fighting. I think both are going to go for a set of softs. So both are going to be fighting as a Fear by Game gets another speeding in the pit lane. Sorry, 5 plus 6. He's at 11. Collins is only at 3, so he'll have to gain 8 seconds to hope Collins starts cutting like a madman. So yeah, we'll check those intervals back in a minute. We'll kind of give a field neutralizer here. So Kai's F1, 7 seconds clear of Reds. So basically, Kai's now breaking for that corner. Red just started that corner. Maddie just as well, only 3 behind. So yeah, Smitty 13, kind of an island of his own. No one around him, all alone. Needs a safety car or something to get back in this field, but I guess he's probably third because right now with Collins and Gaming, how they're fighting. The gap is at 4 seconds. Collins at 5th, Gaming in 6th, Jay Leakey in 7th. Right now, they're both on the same tire, so can Gaming reel back in Collins? Time will tell, but it looked like Gaming was a little bit faster than Collins, but that was also tire advantage, so we'll have to wait and see if he can gain 4 seconds. And then we'll see more fighting. Anyway, Kai started lap 23. We got 9 to go here, so Kai's caught the back, is 7-2 clear. So yeah, yeah, I guess we'll just keep it on these battles. So, screw it. This is now turning. You can basically change the name of the stream right now with 9 to go to the Collins Gaming Show, because right now, Gaming's on a mission to catch Collins, take the spot, even if it's not for track. He wants that Ferrari ahead of that Red Bull by session's end. It's actually Collins on a set of mediums, and so is Gaming. So both are actually on a set of mediums, so they're both on the same tire. So smooth sailings, equal fighting, equal rights, equal fights. Collins at 51 ERS, Gaming's at 33. Again, if anything happens up front, we'll cut back. But right now, we're just gonna ride this battle here because it's the closest, technically the closest one interval. Maddie's 4 behind Reds. Reds is 6 behind Kai's. So this is the closest thing we have on track. So screw it. We'll stay on board. We're watching this one. So we'll see if Gaming can catch Collins. He's making small inroads, but is it going to be enough? As now Maddie gets 3 from all the warnings. It's not really going to affect anything unless he catches Reds. Again, quick tire check. Kai's at 11, Reds is at 17, Maddie's at 11, Smitty's at 10. Collins and Fear are getting both on fresh mediums, and Jay Leakey on a set of hards, 7 laps down. So again, Gaming making small inroads, but not enough he'll catch him by the end of this race. But if he does catch him, oh boy. I kind of hope he does just to see that battle because they were fighting hard. Like, straight up, they were both fighting, 2 dogs fighting over a T-bone steak. They were aggressively fighting. Neither one helping the other win. There was no love lost. Outbreaking, going aggressive. It wasn't the savoriest of driving. I'll say that. It wasn't the cleanest, but it was fun to watch. As now Gaming is 2.9 behind Collins. He's coming, but is he catching at a fast enough rate? So yeah, you can see him in the distance. You can see his prize in the distance, you could say. Trying to catch him. But he used a lot of his ERS while Collins is not. Yellow flag sector 2. That could actually be something worth noting. That is, I believe, Jay Leakey, though. So is Jay Leakey going a bit slow? So maybe, yeah, Jay Leakey went a little bit slow there. So nothing really to report there other than Jay Leakey kind of going a bit slow. Not really going to affect anything up front. No major spins up front. So back to the Gaming Collins show, which we're going to watch at the end of this race. I kind of hope I could bring both for an interview, but sadly, only top 3 get interviews because that's how it works. But I kind of like to hear Collins and Gaming's opinions by this. Oh, Fear by Gaming gets another 3. So, Fear by Gaming now up 2.3 and reeling. Looks like the stream's a bit choppy, but not much I can really do about that now. Hopefully it hasn't been the whole day, because that would have been kind of annoying if it was. Oh yeah, it does look very choppy. Yeah, it looks like it settled out earlier though, so kind of wonder why. Not really much I can do because it's going through the PlayStation. It looks like it's settled itself out now, so we're good, but took a quick look. But anyway, Fear by Gaming 2.5 back. Kai's is open up another second on CPL Reds. And now Kai's gets 3. Okay, hold on a minute. That could be something worth noting. Because now the gap's down to 5, so if Reds can gain within 5 seconds on him within the remaining distance, it's possible, but doubtful. Now my battery's low. Perfect. Here comes Fear by Gaming, 1.3 behind Collins. He is rolling. Here comes that boys. They would say, no, no, Fear by Gaming in the wall, wheel off, and that could be a safety car. We'll see what the game decides to throw here. Our last battle, it's gone. We'll see if they trigger it. I think it's going to be nothing. I think he's off the racing surface, so they're not going to trigger anything. We'll see. We're riding on board. Will they throw it? Anything? No, there will be nothing. So no safety car here today for that incident. Excelk has left. And that, yep, that will be that. As Maddie decided to pit here. Maybe go for the fast lap here. Yeah, he's putting us off, so I think he's going for the fast lap, sensing that every point matters. Because he knows that Kai's can't pit, so maybe he can try to steal the fast lap. So we'll take a quick look at the fast lap checker here. Right now, Maddie's at 141.222. Kai's at 142.78. So, but the problem is he just lost a spot to Smitty, but he'll have some time to catch him. He's got 8% ERS. The gap is, and I quickly try to check that. Fast lap says, so he's got to get about 2 seconds to get that fast lap. Right now, the gap to him is 8 seconds, which I don't know if that's going to be the easiest thing to do, but you never know. I've seen weird things happen. So well, I guess we're right board with Maddie. We'll put back on the lap dance. Actually, I think I never turned that off, so never mind. All right, we'll just keep that on. And we'll watch. So here we go. We'll see what Maddie can do. Can Maddie set the fast lap race? And can he reel in his teammate and get the other spot on the podium? So one of the McLarens, bearing a major crash, one of the McLarens is getting one of the podium spots. The question mark is, will it be Smitty or will it be Maddie, as Fear by Gaming has left the session. Already up to 6.5, 6.6. He probably wishes his teammate was a little closer, just so he could tow him along. As now Reds gets 3, and he's actually pitted, so I think he's also going for the fast lap. He's actually got 5 for speeding in the pit lane. So now, we may see Kai's go in, because right now he knows that Reds just pitted. So, Kai's may just also pit to go for the fast lap as well. There's a chance Smitty could actually get P2 here. Tire advantage favors Reds, but Smitty also has no time penalty, so if he'll come out just ahead of him, I think, or just behind. Gap is close right now, so we're going to cut back to that battle right here. Yeah, he'll come out just behind him. Reds will make quick work of him. That's a gimme. But can he gain 5 seconds? We already saw Maddie gain 2 and 1, though, so in theory, Reds should be able to get 5 clear of Smitty and make that spot on the podium. But this also gives Maddie a little bit of hope, too, because Maddie can get within 2 seconds of Reds. He'll get second. So all the play for here is now Reds going for the fast lap, pits. Gonna fall. Smitty gonna go to the third. Maddie going for fast lap right now. He'll set the banker. We'll see what he can do. So Maddie will set the time. He has to be looking to be a 140, so he needs to be 2 seconds clear in order to get it. Now, luckily, I think Kai set his lap on a set of mediums. So yeah, he needs to never want to set us off. So yeah, he'll have to. He will not be able to go for that fast lap. Should be beatable. And Maddie's already caught his teammate here, but the downside is Reds is only 4 seconds behind. So if Maddie can just get within a second of Reds, as now Kai's is coming in. So yep, Kai's going for the fast lap of this race. So this may all be a moot point. Honestly, we should probably ban him from making the fast lap attempts. But anyway, here comes Maddie. Maddie will be the first try to put down a banker. We'll see what he can do. Right now, he's looking to be a 140. We got 4 laps remaining. So here comes Maddie. He'll put down a 1:38.689. So next driver up is Reds. Reds is on his first lap here. I think Maddie used all his... Maddie didn't use any of his ERS. He did that flying without any help. Shocking. Reds, on the other hand, does have almost no ERS, so he's going to be a little bit slower on the straights. So we'll see at the end of Sector 1. If we look at his fastest lap, he needs to be trending about a second clear in order to get it. But that should be easier said than done, as we'll see his Sector 1 time. 7 tenths up. He's not well on pace to beat it. But we also got Kai's F1 flying as well. Saves up almost all his ERS, so... yeah, this may be an all-she-wrote battle, unless something happens. So anyway, as well as keep the fast laps on here. Interval's kind of our mute point right now. As Collins is pitting, he'll keep net P5. Jay Leakey's a lap down, and Smitty's well clear. So yeah, unless there's a crash, intervals don't really matter anymore. Unless Maddie catches Reds by 2 seconds. But easier said than done with all the set of softs, as I think Collins is also going for the fast lap as well. So the only driver not going for the fast lap is Jay Leakey. So here comes Reds, entering Sector 3. Does have a purple Sector 2. I believe that is purple. Needs to beat a 1:38.689 in order to get the fast lap point. Even though technically he's not fighting for championship points here. He's just fighting for pride, I guess. Be the fastest driver out there in Singapore. So here he comes. It's going to be a 1:37.802. So put him up a second faster than Maddie. So here comes Kai's F1. Now he's going for the fast lap point. Fastest lap of the race. Can he get it? Can he take it from CPL Reds? Taking a quick look at the standings while we watch him go around. Watch at the end of Sector 1 here. We'll see if it's purple or not. Needing to beat it by well over 3 seconds, and he's only 8:30 up, but it is purple 1, so we'll have to wait and see if it holds. Taking a quick look at the standings. Right now, remember, if we're looking at the past 4 races, he's got max points in all 4. 3 out of 4. The last 4 rounds, which were Italy, Netherlands, Belgium, and Hungary. 3 out of 4 races, max point stays, fast lap, and everything. Yellow flag Sector 2, I think that is Jay Leakey, long way around. Yes, it is. So back to Kai's. Only race he didn't get max points in was Belgium, where he did get the fast lap, though, so he's looking for his 5th fast lap in a row, and he'll get 5 extra points. So the net basically would have been a net P. Basically, if he finished the race in 8th, he gets basically 1 extra race for finishing in 8th, basically. So anyway, here comes Kai's F1, entering Sector 3. When he crosses the line, we'll have 2 to go. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if he can fastest lap it. We'll just quickly check. We'll pull off intervals in a second here, but I think Maddie's lost a lot of touch to Red, so any chance of him getting it's probably gone. Here comes Kai's F1 across the line, 1:37.596. So he's now P1. We'll see if Red's had an answer back. No, he didn't. So that is probably fast lap hype done. So now we'll check the intervals again. And yeah, Reds is only 4 behind, but unless he can clear, unless Kai's F1 gets another 3. Again, if he didn't have that 2-second time penalty, this could have been all the play for the race. It's only a 1.5 seconds, but with his 5 for speeding, it's highly improbable that he can real mix. Have to net pass him, unless Kai's gets a cut. Then he'll have to go 3 in. So we'll see what happens here as we ride aboard with the last battle here. Sorry about that. We had to take a quick call there, kind of important call there. So Kai's F1 starts the fast last lap of the race, 4 seconds clear of Reds, unless, again, he gets another time penalty. Let's just make sure that didn't happen while I was watching away. Yep, no, nothing happened. So, odds are that Kai's will just, will win this race, unless, again, bearing a crash. So your top 3 is pretty much set in stone, almost. So we'll see what happens here. Again, maybe some last-minute heroics, maybe something happens, but odds that happening are slim to none. But you never know. So anyway, here comes Kai's going through Sector 2 again. I can't fault him. He's had a great race. He's done well. He got lucky with the safety car. Still in the Netherlands. He got very lucky with some of the draws in the safety car there and some better strategy choices, and he's got that horseshoe. He's in good form. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and you can't fault yourself for Kai's F1 doing that. Reds, though, in second. Again, not really in the championship hunt, and then Maddie going to take over the points lead, but that gap's going to shrink between him and Kai's. Because he'll gain points on Lesty, he'll gain points on Kenobi, obviously, but the only other driver in that top 5 is Kai's, and Kai's will gain on him. So here comes Reds. Coming to the last couple, Kai's, I should say. Coming to the last couple corners here. Hasn't done anything wrong here all day. Deserves this win. Going to get his 3rd win in a row here, as he has won the Singapore GP. Hard in the wall there. Red's going to come home in 2nd. Maddie gonna come home presumably in P3. Bearing anything happening. Smitty in 4th. Collins in 5th. And Jay Leakey rounding it out in 6th position. As we can see, a lot of chaos here. There goes Maddie. Gonna kind of join the parade here. Yep, there he goes. Here comes Smitty and his other McLaren. Gonna finish this out. Yep, we'll wait for Smitty to finish up here. We've still got Collins left, and I think Jay Leakey as well. So here comes Smitty. Gonna get a P4 for McLaren. They're gonna extend their lead in the constructors. No, he'll actually not join the parade. It's sandwiched down there. And now we wait for Collins and Leakey to finish up. So here we go, waiting for the last 2 here. So yep, we are waiting this out here. Gonna finish this up. There goes Collins. Sorry, Jay Leakey. There's Jay Leakey. And here comes Collins, rounding out a top 5 finish here today. And there he goes. So that is your finish here today at CWC. Bit of a chaotic race. Street circuits usually are, so you don't really like to see it, but hey, sometimes it does happen. But still, good battling for, I guess you say, Gaming and Collins. And also, good battling for Reds and, the sound stopped there for a second. Reds and Kai's there. Good battling for most of the race. Just strategy kind of played out bad there. I think they were shaping up for a great battle, but sadly, strategy kind of ruined that one, as you would say. Anyway, we do have our top 3 joining in here. We do got Maddie, and I guess the other 2 will be joining shortly, but, yeah. So I guess we'll start the interviews now, because why not? So, Maddie, thank you for joining us here today. Can you hear me?
Also? Yeah, got you.
All right, good to hear. Well, I guess we'll start off with qualifying, I guess. You looked like you had some strong pace at qualifying, but it seemed like you were kind of struggling locking up a few points. So did you feel in tune with your car during qualifying?
So I knew I wanted to qualify on the mediums. I think they were definitely the best tyre to start on. So I never like just how it feels more like a one-shot when you're trying to do that. So I think the first lap wasn't quite there, but I knew I had the pace, which is why I went for the second. But I much prefer qualifying on softs just to give yourself the freedom of having sort of 3 runs at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely get to see that strategy work out, and it's good to see that work. Now, I guess we'll continue on during to the race here. Very chaotic, to say the least, on the start here. So we saw a lot of things happen, but I guess from your perspective, you're a little bit farther back. What happened on that opening lap? It just seems like a lot of pandemonium, you would say, a little bit.
I was just trying to stay. I don't know. The first lap's been pretty wild recently. I'm just trying to stay clean. I think I kind of knew that the 2 guys in front would have the pace to win it, or be 1 and 2 unless they crashed. So I think my whole plan was just try and stay clean, knowing that I probably had the pace to be 3rd. So I just sort of trying to stay back, let them do what they do, and not get in battles that they didn't need to be in.
You looked like you were kind of giving a fight with Leslie, and Leslie had that mistake, and then you were kind of just in an island of your own.
Yeah.
I guess the third question is a lot of safety cars here. Do they help? Because we saw some drivers definitely hurt them more than others and help more than others. But with the safety cars, did you think they kind of helped you today, or did you kind of feel neutral by them?
Yeah, I don't think they did too much. It's sort of neutral. Yeah, I think it helped Collins a little bit. He was sort of sitting out in front on the hard, so it helped his strategy out. But he didn't. Obviously, never going to have the pace on the old hards. But no, I don't think they've been much more impactful in sort of some previous weeks rather than this week. I don't think they did that much.
True. I think I did see it up front with Reds and Kais had made a big difference there. But I think farther back it was kind of just a neutral point. And I guess the last question would be is that with today your strong performance, you do take over the points lead, but there are some strong challengers behind you. So I guess with it going to the season break and then having the last 6 rounds, what's your plan of motion to try to hang on to this lead?
Trying to have races like this where if I know I've probably not got the pace of Keith or Reds or guys like that, but just maximising the points you can get and not crashing out like I did last week.
Yep, I guess that's always a good strategy. Don't crash out, get points, and just hold on. So that's good to see. So
should be an interesting finish though.
Yeah, it was. We do have a 1 week off, and you'll see your Suzuka. So feel good about Suzuka. You think it's a strong track for you?
I'm away. I'm not around. That's the one race I'm going to miss. So gives people a chance to catch up. But I should be back the week after that.
So that will catch him. So that's actually good to hear. Well, I mean, good to hear because we like seeing you here. But
now I see you've laid your cards on the table now.
Yep. So yeah, well, thank you for joining us, Maddie. I'll see if anyone else is in here real fast. I don't think anyone else joined, as far as I'm aware. Because I don't want to say anything like, oh, Reds joined. Oh, hi, Reds. And Kais, they have both joined. So we'll go with the Reds next. Reds, can you hear me? Oh, good. It's been a while indeed. I guess we'll start off with saying that we'll start with qualifying. Again, qualifying. It seems like you were in a tit-for-tat battle with Kai. So kind of take us through qualifying here. Did you have like a strategy going in, like maybe going on softs, or was mediums the whole plan? And then during the race, I guess we'll go to the next question here. During the race, you seemed pretty strong. You looked like you had the pace to beat Kai's F1. You looked pretty strong here today. So you were kind of in a ding-dong battle for most of the race. So do you want to tip your hat to your opposition, I would say? Kind of want to give some good words? Did you guys enjoy the battle, I guess you could say? Okay. Well, that is the case. Then you may have to check the party and then go to... I think something on the settings. It's been so long. Yeah, party settings, and then allow your voice to be shared. All right. I guess we'll ask that question. I guess the first question was basically you went for the mediums and strategy. Second question is it seemed like you were in a pretty good battle with Kais throughout most of the race here. So did you kind of enjoy your battling with Kais, I would say? Ooh. You always love to see it. Now, I guess my main question was, I was going to save this to the third question, I guess we're going to ask it now, is under that safety car, we saw Kais come in for a set of mediums, and you decided to stay out for the set of hards. Did you think the hards were going to make it, or did you kind of want to go in the mediums, but didn't think they were going to make it? What was your kind of going through your head when you went for a set of hards instead of a set of mediums? I was theorizing that when you didn't pick, because like it feels like that was the strategy choice, but I was like, he's gonna be a sitting duck. And then when that other VSC came out, you got passed, and that was probably all she wrote, unless a safety car came out. But last question we'll go through is that I guess today it could say that it seemed like the start of the season you were really struggling per se to finish races, and now it looks like you finally put all the cards together and got a strong form. So what has changed, metaphorically speaking, or I guess literally speaking, from the first half of the season to now? It seems like you're a lot more consistent, at least for one race. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, wheel was when you... Okay, that's interesting. As a pad user myself, I kind of feel the pain when you try it. Because you go for certain games and it feels like the wheel's good, and then other games, it doesn't feel so good. So that seems the answer to that question. So thank you for joining me here, Reds. Maybe we'll see you here next week. Oh, sorry, 2 weeks from now at Japan if you are present for that race. So hopefully we'll see you then if you do decide to join us. But now we'll move to our main winner. First time I got him an interview here, multiple bad scenarios, but Kai's F1. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Hello. Finally, we get the full year interview here. Some of my mistakes here, but we'll continue on the question. So, that's qualifying again. You looked pretty strong tip for that. Again, last same question. Was mediums the main objective, or were you thinking maybe you need to use a set of softs?
Yeah, mediums was the main objective. Even if I was going to get beaten with softs, I thought stick to the mediums because the softs die so quickly around here. So, yeah, mediums was definitely the aim.
Mm-hmm. Second question, I guess, will be, is again, like, similar, again, the Reds here. You guys were kind of a ding-dong battle for most of the race here. So, again, Reds has called you his fiercest foe, so would you share the same sentiment to him?
Yeah, I'd say so. In previous leagues, we have been fighting a lot. So, I think this is the first time we've raced in quite a while with each other. So, it was a surprise to see him racing today, and yeah, he was very competitive. I was worried when I saw he was 3 times quicker than me in qualifying. I thought, he's won this. So, yeah.
Third question would be, is that, again, strategy on the safety car. You got some help with those safety cars there, and I guess the main strategy is, were you thinking the mediums were going to work? Was that your main objective? Or were you kind of around the same lining of Reds, where maybe the mediums may not work, it may have to stop again, and you're wondering, did you feel confident in your medium call is my strategy, is my question.
So when I first pitted, I thought, yeah, easily they'll make it. But as soon as the race went on, I was thinking, I don't know, because they were, I think, from 40% before I pitted, and I thought, I don't know if they're going to make it. But yeah, then Reds pitted, and then I went on the softs, saved me. Otherwise, I think I would have probably got a puncher. So, but I'm going to keep on with the mediums as long as I could. But,
so you feel like it was the right call, but there was a chance it may have backfired. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I guess the last question is this is your 4th race in a row you've gotten a fast lap. 4 fast laps out of 5. 5 races, 5 fast laps, 4 wins. You look like you're in a great form right now. Can you be stopped? Do you think just any track currently coming up that you think will be a kryptonite like Netherlands was?
There's always a chance of something to go wrong. my inconsistencies. I've never been so consistent at the moment, but I can imagine it to fall off any minute now. I mean, the qualifying was even quite a shock. So yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I think if Red's gonna race the next few weeks, I think we'll be fighting, and definitely if the others we were fighting with Britain, I reckon if they're racing as well, it could be really close. With Lesty as well, if he's starting to race, if he can actually make the races in the next few races as well.
Yeah,
obviously, he's leading the title, isn't he?
Right now it's Kenobi, but Kenobi got passed by Maddie, and then Maddie's not going to be there in Japan, so it's still all to play for here. A lot of drivers still fighting for ground, so no one's really out of the championship yet in that top 5. Even Sensei could maybe reel it in if he times it right.
These guys can come out of nowhere sometimes, so yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not stoppable, because I definitely am. I've never won a title in my life, so
let's knock on wood just to be safe, because right now the form you're in, I feel like you're unstoppable, but you never know, the winds of fate could change. But thank you for joining me, Kai's F1. We'll probably see you next week. We don't know. Well, 2 weeks from now, you could say. Japan may be your kryptonite track. But until then, like I said, next week we have off, and then week after that, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. BST, which is Japan, and then that will be the final stretch of the calendar where we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 more rounds, or 6, give or take. So, till then, I'm Pepsi3212. I'm signing off, so thank you, and good night.